All right, let's try that again. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Let's see if you can all hear. Here, real quick. I'm just gonna wait for the YouTube side. You guys can hear me.
Let's try that again.
Okay, there we go. There we go. It's a little slow on my side, guys, and it's delayed on my side. But I'm literally still looking at the intro on my side, and it hasn't stopped yet. So let me try to hide this a little bit here. Yeah, it looks like I got a lag, about a good 10-second lag between here and YouTube. So every now and then I'm going to check. But again, hello everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm talking about uh, uh, take a look at talking about look at the live chat just so I can who's here. Okay, so at least we got a couple of people here that's not trolling. Okay, good. All right. So the reason why I'm doing this show today, so everybody can understand this, is because a goal, for those of you who don't know, that I want to expose the reaction atheist community as being hypocritical. The reason why I believe this is necessary is because there are little, I mean, if you really think about it, there's little to zero counter voices against the atheist reaction channels. And I think that's what they want. They want to have full control of the narrative and full control over the conversation, so that they're free to say whatever they want without being challenged. And we're going to talk about that today. But I'm going to put the link out there for people to join if you want to join. This would be more of a conversation, less because I like to get y'all views and y'all. You hear what I'm going to say. If you choose not to come in, don't lose no sleep. I wouldn't mind a short show so I can sleep. So let me just cut my camera off all of you so you can know it is the G-Man that's talking right now. Let's see. How you guys doing? All right. I might cut my camera back on later when people decide to come in. I'm using a MacBook Pro today. A bit of an older version of it, but that's what I'm using for this particular show. The thing is, I have my phone standby in case I have to use something else. I see that Rebuke and Reprove is watching. If my audio is cutting in and out, just look at the live chat. I'm taking a peek at it, and then I'll just use the phone, and then the phone will have to do other than this laptop. And I think it has to do with the internet connection that's in here, not so much the actual machine. But again, before we get started, Von Helton is going to be on my YouTube channel. When did we agree on this? As I spoke to Von yesterday for about almost an hour. And he's going to be on here, I think, either Wednesday or Thursday next week. The room might be open and might not. We're talking about communism again. We're going to be talking about the Christian worldview as well as the theistic worldview. Anyone who believes that God exists. We are talking about it from that perspective against them, or against, and maybe even for theistic worldview, because I believe that Christians support communism. And I want to get to a couple of other topics, maybe you guys have been doing and everything. Okay, where I'm at, I'm in the East Coast, so right now it's Eastern Standard Time. Anyway, literally for the almost entire time that I've been on YouTube, literally for the entire time I've been on YouTube, I've heard atheists say nothing, absolutely nothing, but to question everything and to demand evidence before you believe in something. For years, they have been saying this online. Bionic Dance. Aaron Raw is a big proponent of that. Matt Dillahunty is a huge proponent of it. Or supporters. Huge supporters of this. Let me see something. Richard Dawkins A lot of these popular atheists, as well as some of the people in this reaction community, was some of the people that was preaching. BigZebra.com a little bit because it's distracting me a little bit. So, um, they always talk about how we got to have evidence before we believe anything. And this is what they were telling us during the Great Debate days. And of course, we argue to a certain degree they were right, because if you look at biblical faith always includes some form of blind faith. A blind faith is hearing something. That's it. That's it. And that's what a lot of people in the reaction room say something, and it's the gospel true. You guys to hear a argument for this first, so you guys can be a little warmed up, because I know out there just don't know how to debate, don't know these topics. A lot of you are kind of new to this. Some of you are just straight up comedians. But just to remind everybody, some of the argumentation that you guys yourselves, the reaction community is so. I think a lot of atheists, they don't want nothing to do with the play, and then we'll talk about getting. Let's play this. The voice you're gonna be listening to is Bionic Dance. Yeah. Thousand views for this particular video. This was done in back about 17. 453 likes. I'd have idea since YouTube this man.
Bionic. Never heard, which is odd given how many videos he's built. But as I said, most of them are quite shallow due to the artifice set for himself. And if it weren't for the fact that faith is a deal breaker for religion, I probably wouldn't even be covering.
And people say, how can I have faith? See,
so what I'm going to do is on my phone. You guys are going to switch. They can't understand me. So fix that in a minute. No rationally, I deleted those from my for new stuff that I got on here. I'll put something else on here. Give me a second. On this channel, I got to look at this again. I'll be right back. All right, we're gonna try this. All right, there we go there. It's actually a whole lot so you guys can hear that when I do the audio. Minus a little bit. You can hear his dance here. Let me just. Yeah, that should be a lot better. Yeah, that should be a lot better. So let me just put this here real quick, and then it's kind of low, unfortunately, guys. I'm sorry. You'll get the point. Just listen. You know the devil messing with my production. You know it is. Give me a second here, guys. Now I'm not going to have no way of knowing if you guys can hear me per se.
Today we're going to find out when, where, and why the dragon.
That's not the video. Let me see something here. Give me a second here, guys. So yeah, I do want to talk about this topic today, where we can talk about how a little hypocritical evidence comes to faith. Something here. Oh boy, this is why I should a little bit. Dance. You know what? We're not going to use bionic dance. Much of a headache to try to find this video again. Let me see something here. Is this it? Let me skip this here real quick. You guys can hear this again. I apologize. Make sure that you guys can all hear me again. Again, guys, I'm dealing with the circle of doom. My internet is not that good where I'm at right now. Well, the internet is not all that good where I'm at right now. But this should be a whole lot better because now I'm using my main phone. I'm not using this this Wi-Fi. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go for a walk and do this so I can actually get me some decent connection. And then I'll actually give you guys a link to come in the room afterward, which I can do all that with my phone. All right. So let me get outside here before we get into this. Like I said, this is just ridiculous. Hold on. Give me a second. The key to get back in. And this is perfect. I should be able to. And it was raining out here. Ain't that great? Okay, so let's get into this again. I'll ask this question again before I got cut off. I want to know when did you guys start not demanding evidence for the things that you guys believe. Like Miss Parker can make a video tomorrow, say Shani ate grass, and all of you would believe it. Miss Parker can make a video tomorrow, say G-Man ate grass, and you all would believe it. The Geek Room can make a video tomorrow and say that aliens landed on planet Earth, and you guys would believe it. And don't tell me I'm being overly sarcastic when I'm making these statements, but this is how you guys behave. They make a statement and then you believe it. Have you guys ever noticed? I'm talking to Paladin. I'm talking to Rebuke and Reprove, Vaco, any of the Christians that are actually watching, or anybody who actually does use their brain when they're listening to somebody. How many have noticed that Miss Parker, the Geek Room, BGTV, and the rest of these guys never allow anyone to challenge their statements? How many of you have noticed that? How many of you out there? How many of you out there have realized they have never given anybody an invitation to challenge them on any of the claims that they've made? They won't come to our channels. And they say that, oh, we don't want to give them views. We don't want to give them subscribers. We don't want to do all that stuff and whatnot, right? But let's keep it real here for a moment. This ain't about views and subscribers and getting eyeballs in our channels, because what they do when we go live to prevent our channels from growing is that they snipe our channels, right? They'll do anything and everything except provide evidence. And I mean real evidence. I'm not talking about because my mommy told me it's true or my teacher told me it's true. I'm talking about actually showing real evidence that the claims that they're making is actually true. They say that they have the videos. Let's keep it real here. Let me save people some time here, okay? They say, oh, we got their videos. We hear what they got to say. Well, you could be misinterpreting what the video is actually saying. And you could be doing it on purpose to try to make that person look bad. And then you don't give them an opportunity to go into the room to clarify whether or not the information you're looking at is actually true or not. There's a lot of editing going on. Like, for example, I looked at a lot of these videos that people got a hold of that belong to Shani and myself, and they literally are editing the videos to make us sound like we're saying things that we're not. That's being dishonest. And then what they're doing is other people will see those videos and they will assume what they're watching in those videos is actually true. So this is the conclusion that I came to. Why would they do that unless they're trying to deceive people into believing that the information that they're looking at is actually true when it's not? GP, and I'm just going to call him out right now, has pointed this out when we were talking, when we were friends. He pointed these things out and said that he knows that a lot of those videos have been edited, and encourages people to keep the original videos so that you can point out how people are lying. But again, I noticed that Rebuke and Reprove wanted to go into Lubis' room and talk about the topic that they were talking about. They didn't let him go in there because their audience didn't want him to go in there. No, that ain't the reason why they didn't let him go in there. They didn't let him go in there because they didn't want to be challenged. And this goes for GP too, because he was in the room. They did not want to be challenged. They want to put false information out there about people and then convince the audience that the information is true to deceive them. Okay? Because they and the reason why they don't give people an opportunity to defend themselves is because they want to be right, undisputed. They want to be undisputed, right about everything that they're saying. They don't want to be challenged. They do not want to be challenged. They want you to believe evolution is true because they said evolution is true. They want you to believe that abiogenesis is true because they said it was true. They want you to believe that there's no God because they said that there's no God. They want you to believe that Shani is all of the things that they're saying. But notice, how many times had these people provided any real evidence? But they showed you one picture with one dirty toilet and then said, oh my God, she's been like this since she's been 3 years old. Again, I'm not defending her. I'm just stating the obvious, and because you guys talk about it so much, you guys make it easy for me to point these things out. For years, people was getting on here saying, oh, G-Man's only 5'3". Everybody who's met me in person sees that I'm not no 5'3". People say that I'm living in a cardboard box. Anybody who's met me in person knows I'm doing a lot better than living in some cardboard box. But they have convinced a lot of people. And the new rumor that's being put out there, is that these people are trying to say that that I'm trying to get, the attention of these reaction people, and I'm not. I'm just exposing them. I'm just exposing the hypocrisy about how you go for 1 minute, how you can go 1 minute, put my do not disturb on, how you guys can go 1 minute and say that we need evidence to believe the things that we believe, and then the next minute, just have everybody believe you because you said it. I want the reaction audience to pay very close attention to this. How many times have you seen Miss Parker invite D-Roy or anybody on her YouTube channel that she talks about and have allowed them to go in the room and question her on where she got her information from and how she knows this information is true? One of the lies they say about me, for example, is that I'm not paying child support. I'm not on child support. How about that? Those are public records. But they keep saying this over and over and over again. It's spilling over into the Hebrew Israelite community. And I'm like, show me your proof. It's that easy to stop them because people are just believing these people. And it's making them look really stupid. Because they go out there and say, I'm really not going to let you in the room. Then you're lying. Because you know how somebody go in there and challenge the things that you're saying. You guys want people to believe you because you say it. You want people to operate on faith with you, which totally contradicts this idea you guys give a hoot about evidence. And I love every minute of it. Because if I ever call the atheist experience again, and they say, oh, we atheists, we always provide. No, you don't, sir. No, you guys don't. If there's a whole community out there, people you actually know in person, Mr. Dillahunty, because you met in person, Mr. Dillahunty, that lives the exact opposite of what you're trying to tell people to do. You're right, rebuke and reprove. They are terrified of us Christians. A lot of people are. Because they know, intellectually, theologically, we will destroy them. I can't agree, you guys. Truth at the end of the day. And you live your life based on a lie, daily, and you got to every lies, you look stupid after a while. They're gonna avoid people who's out there. Well, again, I'm gonna say this again. How many times have Miss Parker open up her room and said, we're gonna talk about D-Roy. I'm gonna give D-Roy the link. And I'm gonna allow D-Roy to come in the room and say, Miss Parker, where did you get your information, and how do you know what you're saying is true? Because you're just talking right now. You have not provided a shred of evidence. Now, granted, they do show videos, and they get commentary on videos, but Rebuke and Reprove is a teacher. He's an educator. S.J. Thomason is an educator. And both of them know the difference between going out and proving something as opposed to just saying things. Okay, they'll try to sit there and say, I don't put the link out in the live chat. Please. Oh, trust me, this link is going out there when I'm done with this little talk. Like I always do. And then you guys are going to make 1,000,000,001 excuses on why you can't come in the room, but why you don't want to come in the room. So again, I have to bring this point home. It looks like they want you to believe them because they said it. I've seen a lot. I've been the recipient of a lot of the wrath of the reaction community. Not all of it, but a lot of it. A lot of you seen it. A lot of you heard the things that they say about me. The most funniest thing is they're going around talking about how G-Man's gay, right? One of the biggest mistakes they ever made in this community is when they started putting my name in that nonsense. Because the next time I go on the Drunken Peasants, if you thought I was mean before, you wait to hear what I got to say next time. And it's going to be their own fault for playing those games with me. You understand what I'm saying? But here's the thing. They got a video. BGTV has got a video with him literally. And Paladin, you can go look at it for yourself. Okay. It's the guy fantasizing about me doing sexual things to him. And he's calling me. He's trying to say that I'm gay. He doesn't even understand how stupid he is because he's on his YouTube channel making these sexual noises involving me and fantasizing about what he wish I would do to him. trying to be funny. But in reality, he's making fun of people's lifestyles, which I actually don't agree with. And I'm glad he's finally coming to the conclusion that he don't agree with it either. But when was G-Man allowed to go into any of these rooms and say, hey, you're making a lot of claims saying that G-Man is this way and this is his orientation? I have never, ever been given a link by Goofy Boy TV to come in a room and challenge that idea. You want to know why? Because Goofy Boy TV is deliberately and knowingly selling the community a lie. And he knows if I come in there and challenge him on it, he can't prove any of those things. He can bring up my dream all he wants. I will destroy him on that topic. I don't even need to defend myself. My audience can defend me and laugh at him. And what about Miss Parker? Miss Parker the same way. I can hear Lupus now, oh, they're teasing you. They're not teasing me. They're dead serious. They're so serious that they went to the Hebrew Israelites with the same nonsense and told them these things. And the Hebrew Israelites, with no proof whatsoever, believed it. It's not, you see, the atheist community has gotten away from this. The atheists who support, because not all atheists support these people. Prominent atheists want nothing to do with reaction people because these people, they're not low-hanging fruit. They're just trash. They're just straight up trash. Okay? If you don't believe me, go look at who's been the guests on their YouTube channels and you'll see what I'm talking about. You will see what I'm talking about. Because they know I'll use it against them if I see them on those channels. When they try to argue the atheist is good people. Like for example, let's see Shannon Q go to one of their channels and then try to argue positive atheism. And watch what happens and watch what I do with that. Let TJ go in there. Let Paul's ego go in there and watch what happens. They'll never be able to argue anything remotely close to what they argued with me in the past. Hanging around this riffraff that only wants you to believe what they say, but they will not, they don't want to be challenged. And this needs to be understood. If you're watching Miss Parker, if you're watching BGTV, if you're watching the Geek Room, they want you to believe them because they said it. Now, let me tell you what's going to happen, guys, or what may happen. What they may do is start giving us the link to come into the room. But then what they're going to do is they're going to gish gallop. They're going to hit you with 50 different topics, give you 20 seconds to answer all 50 topics, and then try to say, you see, you can't have a conductive conversation with me. Because they know that they're lying. They're practicing what the Nazis did and what Joseph Stalin did. They're putting out propaganda. They want people, and you'll notice they don't share my videos where I'm putting out good content. They want people to believe that everything I put on YouTube is just trash. If you go look at the archive channel of, and this is why one of the reasons why I think the archive channels are good. I never got into the whole thing because I was waiting for my train. But one of the reasons the archive channels work because you can see what they focus on. They find the worst of you and then they make archive videos about it. They don't put actual good content out there. Shandy actually made a lot of good videos in the past defending atheists. You notice there ain't one in the video. One in Fundy Archive. Or no. I think Funny Archive has one. XX Archive don't have any. Which is just a sock account for one of those reaction morons. Sabella Shepherd found all of the worst things about me and put it on a YouTube channel. All I do is show that the people, and this is why this woman is not a Christian. That's dishonest. Totally dishonest. The things that these people were doing. And they don't want to be challenged. Let me tell you something, guys. There's another group of people out there who practice the same things, in which they put information out there and they don't want to be challenged. You want to know who they are? The Word of Faith movement. See, now I'm going to start comparing the atheists to religious people. People like Benny Hinn, Creflo Dollar, Jesse Duplantis. That's how I look at Miss Parker. That's how I look at BGTV. And that is how I view the reaction community as a whole. They are doing the exact same thing that they claimed deconverted them. I don't think you guys hear me today. I don't think you guys hear me at all. They're doing the exact same things that they claimed turned them atheists to begin with. They're liars. Had nothing to do with their deconversion, because if they did, when somebody hates something, they try to stay as far away from it as possible, and they will not allow their character to become that way. And what they become is a bunch of prosperity people that goes on here and say, touch your TV screen. And then when we make contact, you're going to receive $50,000 from the Lord if you give me $10. That's what they become, a bunch of oil salesmen. They're selling people baloney and are getting paid for it. The amount of support that the reaction atheist community, and I'm going to be honest, the amount of support that they have in this community is unbelievable. It's channel wars. It's the amount of channels. Ray Alex has decided to associate himself with these con men and these con women. So he ain't, as far as I'm concerned, Ray Alex is just as guilty of what these people are doing, since he supported them. So is Fat, Fit, and Geeky. What's that lady named? Life of a Free Spirit. All these other people who are associating themselves with these reaction people. These people are conning everybody. And they're saying, look, these are the facts. These ain't no facts. Until you're challenged, until the information that you're putting out there is actually challenged, what you're putting out there is just straight up words, and that's it. You know what I mean? So Lubis is another one. If you go and watch Lubis's YouTube channel, I don't recommend you watch any of the things that he made about me. You want to laugh at Lubis? You want to see how stupid Lubis is? Go look at his old videos when he was doing his boxing, when he actually got views for his YouTube channel. Go take a look at it. It was hilarious. Since he's been talking about me and Joint the Reaction people, his channel's been dying. None of his real subscribers cares about any of this. And it's absolutely hilarious. They're killing their own channels, which I really don't care about personally, because I saw this coming when they first started all this. I said, you're going to attract a bunch of drama people, and you're going to have to keep doing this every single day to get one channel. And if you don't, oh well, I can start talking about you guys tomorrow and I'll get the same views. And I'll have my integrity with me at the same time too. BGTV was talking about video games and things like that. BGTV was getting more views than he's getting right now. The difference is, and the reason why they're lying to everybody and they don't want to be challenged, is because of how much money they will lose if they start getting caught and how many lies that they told. They put themselves in an uncomfortable position. The more they do what they do, the more we can call them out and the more we can show what these people are all about at the end of the day. And it's all about the money with these people. Let's never get that twisted. This is all about the money with these people. It ain't for no other reason. They don't care about Shanny's kids. They don't care if they eat or if they don't eat. They don't care about how clean their house is. They don't care about them getting jobs. They don't care about none of that stuff, because if they did, they would try to help them. All these people care about is making sure their pockets is filled with this. They'll brag about what they made at the end of the year. Let me tell you something that the reaction people do that a lot of you may not know about. They've done it to me. They've done it to Shanny. They've done it to a lot of people. While they're making all these thousands of dollars, lying and making stuff up as they go along, and the atheist community, as dumb as they are and as dumb as they always have been, is believing this stuff and eating this stuff up. Right? They go out there and they'll send me a $1 Cash App to try to make some smart comment, saying, well, we're making thousands. Here's $1. They'll say, we're making hundreds. Here's $1. And I have all of the Cash Apps to show you that this stuff is true. And in the future, I am going to do a video with something just on PayPal and Cash App alone to show you guys how wrong these people are on certain topics, especially on David Weiser. David Weiser is going to get his behind handed to him again, because I am still upset on how that man was so gullible and stupid to believe these people when they said that I conned him without any real tangible evidence. Since he never asked me for no receipt, he never asked me for any of that stuff. They said it, therefore he believed it. He allowed his hatred for another person to blind his ability to think for himself. You understand? So their message, ladies and gents, I'm talking about Miss Parker, I'm talking about BGTV, I'm talking about the Geek Room, and the rest of those imbeciles. And believe me, when I say this, I want you to hear me when I say this. Every last one of these atheist reaction channels are imbeciles. I am not making that up. You name one of them I haven't embarrassed yet. One of them that I haven't dealt with yet and on an intellectual or on a theological level. Give me a break. Every last one of them have been crushed. Their new excuse for not debating us is we only debate our equals, all others we teach. So I adopted that. So now I don't debate them at all because none of them are on the level of church when it comes to the Bible. Not even Mr. Malcolm. I'm gonna have what you did more than. You're gonna wish you did more than that. You're gonna wish you did more than that. You're gonna wish you was a little bit more creative. You're gonna wish you did a lot of stuff. But I got a little bit of good news for you, though, Lubis and Malachi. I got a little bit of good news for you. They're gonna vote you guys a winner regardless. You want to know why? Atheists don't care about no evidence. How you doing? They don't care about no evidence. They don't care about no proof. All they care about is coming out there and supporting each other, even if they've done the most heinous acts on planet Earth. That's all they care about. They will not call each other out. They will not go out there and deal with the facts. These people aren't epistemists. For those of you who don't know what an epistivist is, an epistivist is someone who refuses to take something on faith. These people are people who are into blind faith. When a person makes a claim, they just believe it. The end. Burnt Toast is another one. She puts out the same propaganda and the same nonsense too. When was the last time Burnt Toast let somebody come into her room and then challenge the stuff that she said? They say a lot of stuff about Shani. Some of the stuff that they say is true. The majority of what they say about Shani is not. It's greatly exaggerated. Greatly exaggerated. Some of the things they say about Rev is true. I can tell you specifically who said it and how they're right about Rev, which is true. Rev himself will tell you that some of them things are true. But we also laugh at you guys when we hear you saying, well, he did what? When? No, that's a lie. Unfortunately, nobody's going to be able to go in there and challenge you. And you got 300 or 400 people watching, and they're going to believe all of this nonsense because they don't want to be challenged. Lubis is another one. Lubis deliberately went on his YouTube channel and allowed lying to happen on his YouTube channel when him and GP came out and said that G-Man was using reverse psychology. I wasn't allowed to go in there, and I wasn't even told he was live, nor was I allowed to go in there and to challenge that idea. But Lubis, today, I'm going to teach you how to be a man, Lubis. You know, all that long girly hair you got and everything and whatnot, I'm going to teach you how to be a man. Because what I'm going to do later in this show is I'm going to put the link out there, and I'm going to allow you to come in here, and you're going to come in here and show everybody just how much you don't know. I noticed that Rebuke and Reprove wanted to go in there and reprove some of the stuff that was being said. They wouldn't let him in there. You want to know why? It would take away from the money that he was going to make or the support that he would gain. Can you imagine if one of these people got found to be a liar? Remember what happened to Miss Parker? She lost a lot of support. This woman was on fire until I got done with her. Telling everybody how my life was this and how my life was that, how Shani's life was this and Rev's life was like that, and talking about all these other people and whatnot, acting like her life was all perfect and whatnot. Then it came to my attention that she was lying about most of the stuff that she was saying on her channel. And I showed you that she was lying. She even lied about me exposing her for cheating on her with herself. A bunch of nonsense. Miss Parker doesn't own anything that she does. No, what they want to do is that they get together, they collaborate, they figure out what they're going to talk about, who they're going to talk about, what time they're going to talk about them. They go on their YouTube channel, they say what they're going to say, they get their little super chats to buy whatever it is that they want to buy, and they deceive hundreds of people on a daily basis on the character of several people on YouTube. Let me ask you this as proof. Rebuke and reprove. I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to ask Paladin this and anybody else out there who's actually into truth. You know what, Ann Kennedy, I'm going to ask you this too. Why is it that you guys don't come to me and ask me about Shani and Rev? I have spent more time with them than any atheist on YouTube. I'm aware of Agent, I think his name is Agent of Doubt, I think. I think that was the dude that was in Colorado. I think that was him. I'm aware of him. He didn't spend anywhere near the amount of time I've spent with these two. Got a pretty good idea of who they are and what they're all about. And why they say the things that they say, which no matter how you look at it, is dumb when they say it. But I know why they say it though. Nobody comes to me. You go to people who don't even know these people, never met these people, never ate with these people, never been in their house, never physically been over there to check on those kids or nothing like that. But I have. None of you ever wanted to talk to me about it, though. You always want to talk to Miss Parker about it. PGTV. And one of the most racist foursome I've ever seen in the geek room. Y'all don't want to talk about that. You want people to believe you guys because y'all said it. Let me tell you something, rebuke and reprove. GP thinks he's above correction. GP thinks he's above correction. GP believes he can do and say whatever he wants because he got a little bit of money in his pocket. He don't know that him and his money is going to perish if he doesn't repent. And he'll find out, just like Shani and Rev found out. They're going to find out. You don't go out there and make the statements that you're making, disobey God, and think there's not going to be repercussions. God is patient and he is merciful, but he will humble you. God is not into protecting your pride. And you can tell him I said that. Why am I afraid of GP? I ain't afraid of none of these people on YouTube. That guy goes out there and says, I'm G-Man's friend, and then goes out there the next day, badmouthing me on everybody's YouTube channel who will listen to him. He ain't my friend. And you heard that from the horse's mouth. GP is not my friend. GP is my enemy. Friends don't behave like that. I'm not afraid to get on here and tell the truth. A lot of you people out there have convinced yourselves that these reaction people, because they make it personal, you're afraid to speak out against them. And I'm telling you, you made the wrong decision. Fight back. And I'm going to tell you how you fight back against them. Here's the one thing that I've noticed that I made a mistake of over the last year. No matter what they do, well, actually, I don't want to say too much in public, but I'll do this to you. If they make fun of you, don't treat them with any form of respect. Don't talk to them like they're some type of an authority or something. You give them a taste of their own medicine. That's how you deal with them. People like that cannot be reasoned with. Whatever they do to you, you go out there and you show them, look, I have the same resources you got. I got money. I got a job. I got friends. And I can do the same thing you're doing to me. Just don't let it change your Christian character. Don't let it change you practicing being like Christ. Because we're not supposed to repay evil with evil, but we're supposed to repay evil with good. So it's going to be a challenge on how to go about doing it. So, for example, if they go out there and they deny you food, when they get hungry, give them something to eat and show them the superiority of Christianity. When they go out there and try to deny you views, don't snipe their channel. Let their channels grow. Then tag their channels into your channels, and your channels will grow right with them. It's a lot of different things that you can do with these people. They think they're so smart, but they're not as smart as they may think that they are. And stop giving these people information that they can use against you. Starve them. Make them have to spend money to figure out what to do with you. One of these days I'm gonna do a stream, and I'm just gonna teach you guys how to obliterate these people to the point that they can't do nothing to you. And if you think I ain't talking to the other atheists on YouTube that ain't got nothing to do with these guys, and if you think I ain't talking to the other theists on here that want to know how to deal with them, they're crazy. I'm telling them all what to do now. Burnt Toast is so stupid she doesn't even understand that one day they're gonna turn her to a Lowe's cow. And if she was stupid enough to show her face on YouTube to them, they're gonna dog drop her, just like they did Res Rhetoric. And that's what a lot of you supporters, because you guys gotta understand something. If they did it to them, they're gonna do it to you. But anyway, let's go on off topic and whatnot. And I've been down this rabbit hole long enough. Let me get out this hole and get back to the topic. I want to know why the reaction community is so scared to have us challenge their view. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the link available very soon. And I want to hear, Miss Parker, you have permission to come into my room now, even though I know nothing of substance is going to come out of your mouth. Okay? BGTV, I will give you what you will not give nobody else. I will give you a link to come in this room and you can explain why you fantasize about G-Man and then try to say I'm gay. I will give you the opportunity that you don't give nobody else because you don't scare me. You never have scared me and you never will scare me. So I'm outside right now. I'm going to go back to where I came from. I'm going to cut my camera on, hopefully. And then we're going to make the link available and you guys can come in. But I want to know how you guys think that you guys are going to be beneficial to our society. How you guys think you're superior to everyone and why you think you got the nerve to go out there and talk about everybody when you can't even put honest information out there. Like a lot of you keep saying, oh, they're homeless. They're pathetic. Let them starve and all this other stuff. And then you want to walk around like you a good person? You absolutely must be crazy. No. We're thinking the opposite. But look at what they did to the kids. And you can let CPS hear me say that because I already talked to them about this. Rev got what he deserved when they locked him up. The next 25 videos, G-Man approves of Rev, even though I said he got what he deserved when he was thrown in jail. Rev even admitted that he got what he deserves when he went to jail. But the reaction people don't want to hear that. I make too much sense when I say stuff like that. They need controversy so they can make money. That's what they want. They could care less about the truth. They can care less about being honest on YouTube. All these people want is to go out there and make claims, have you dummies believe it, and have you guys act on it. That's all they want. That's all they want. And why do I think I lock myself out? Because if I did, I got a problem. Let me see something here real quick. I just realized I only got one key in my pocket. Give me a second here, guys. Hold on. Because I can't get you guys to come in. All right, how much battery power I got? I got 73%. Let me go somewhere where I can, where you guys can, where I can see you guys and I can bring you in. Then I'll make the link available for you guys to come in. Because I want to hear what you guys got to say. Like I said, you know, when real men and real women are not afraid to express the truth about a situation. You guys say a lot of stuff about people you never met in your life. And then you believe it. Oh, G-Man, we ain't stupid. We know you live outside in the park somewhere. G-Man, we ain't stupid. We know you're unemployed. I want to know how I'm doing all this stuff unemployed. That's what I want to know. It's a mystery to me. How you guys go out there and you say the G-Man's 5'3", even though everybody who's met me, including Indigo, even got mad and said, they told me you were 5'3". No, I'm 5'11". Just under 6 feet. Some people in here just don't know math. Then they get on here and they say, oh, G-Man, you're so weak. You're pathetic. Anyone can beat you, G-Man. And then when everybody who says that cut their cameras on, they look like Yokozuna with no teeth. I had some dude in New York challenging me and calling me out to come to Manhattan. Then I found out the guy had 3 teeth in his mouth. I think Grandpa Lobster actually called me out one time. I saw him on Miss Parker's channel getting pushed in a wheelchair. Like, these people do a lot of talking without doing a lot of proving. And I'll never forget Gus. G-Man, I'll use my MMA. And then when I finally saw his camera on, when I finally got to see what the heck this dude looked like. What was that dude named that fought Big Show at WrestleMania? I forget his name. That really big dude. He was that sumo wrestler. I forget his name. I think it's Yoko Ono or something like that. I forget his name. He's a really popular sumo wrestler. But that's how Gus looked. But he's going to use his MMA against me when he can barely breathe. But you guys eat this stuff up and you believe it. Y'all eat it up and y'all believe it. Like this stuff is true. Because by faith, what they say about G-Man is true. By faith, what they say about Shanny is true. By faith, what they say about Rev is true. By faith, what they say about D-Roy is true. By faith, what they say about Vaughn is true. By faith, what they say about anybody on YouTube is true. But God forbid one of us Christians embarrass them and say, well, where's the evidence? No, I wouldn't have got battered. I would have got sat on. But I think he would have been too slow to do that. I could actually volunteer to lay down so he can Yokozuna squash me. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? But I think he's so slow that by the time he would have got to the second rope, I would have been a move and was getting ready to set him up for RKO. In a concerto for him even trying something like that. I'm sorry. Most of you atheists don't know what I'm talking about, but go look it up. You'll see what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm being a little silly. So rebuke and reprove. If you're still watching, take this as being a bit of edification. The next time one of them come to you and tell you, because you remember what the big issue is here, and I don't want to dodge it or run from it. If I say right now that God exists, you know what they're going to say to me? There's no proof that God. Wait a minute. Hold on. Somebody got on YouTube and said that this person weighed 500 pounds and you just believed it. No one showed you any proof for it whatsoever. This person said that this person was living on the streets and eating out the garbage cans. You didn't question and ask no evidence for that. So why am I supposed to take you seriously when it comes to God and whether or not he exists? And if you atheists think this is not going to be shoved down your throats for the rest of my life while I'm here on YouTube, you must be crazy. It's your fault that you've been caught believing things on faith, which I always knew that you guys had faith. You have religious faith. And as I said in my previous video, before I did this one, you guys have your dogmas. Lubis, Todd, Miss Parker, BGTV, the Geek Room, especially you, Tatted Jedi. Every time a Christian says something, we're wrong. According to you guys, we got to be lying. We got to be con artists. We got to be trying to get people's money all the time, right? That's what you guys believe. And you believe it dogmatically. You believe that there's no God, and you can't prove evidence that there is no God, which proves that dogmatically speaking, you have a religion. It's as simple as that. Anyway, let me make this link available for you so you guys can come in here. Because we know how this goes, guys. They're going to be like, well, G-Man, are you going to make the link available or what? So my battery's at 71%. So I want to make sure that I put this link out there so people can get in. So let's do this. Invite a guest, copy the clipboard. We'll close that. And then I want to leave a comment. How do I do that on here? Post a comment and we'll put it right there. There you go. Now, ladies and gents, unlike Miss Parker, unlike BGTV, Burnt Toast, and the rest of these lying hypocrites, I'm making the link available so they can come in and actually prove with hard evidence what they're saying is true. Who wants to make a bet that they can't do it? And I'm even going so far as about the drug addict part. Oh, she's on Benadryl. That means she's in drug. I can't believe that comment I was reading on my channel. Somebody's a drug addict because they're taking Benadryl. You guys ain't doctors. Y'all need to shut up because y'all sound real stupid when y'all say that stuff. Somebody gets a prescription, therefore they are a drug addict. You guys need to shut up because y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Like on the real. When you actually sit back and think a little bit, which you guys admit that you haven't done until you got into your 30s or your 40s, some of you your 20s. I don't know what you were doing with the rest of your life, with your life prior to that, but some of you already admitted that you don't even think. Afro-humanists, if you see this, you admitted that by age 40, you started thinking. That must have been some achievement in your life. But the link is out there. You see the difference between me and the reaction channels? The reaction people lie to you. I get on here and I tell you the truth about them. BGTV, one of the things I would like to talk to you about, dude, is of me being a homosexual. You have a video where you pretend that I'm doing something sexual to you. May I please see the evidence that proves that I'm gay? You got to show me a partner that I had or something like that. I'm talking about actual homosexuality taking place. Because if you can't do it, that says a lot about your character, dude. And it says a lot about your sex life as well. Because a straight person would never fantasize about another man doing something like that to them. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not stupid. When they first started all of this nonsense, they were saying, oh, we're going to get G-Man, do the G-Man, what G-Man was doing to everybody else. But I'm sorry, I don't do reaction videos. I don't act like this. I make sure I take a look at the video first and then speak on it. Or when you're reacting to something, you haven't even seen the video yet. So how do you know what's going on in that person's life? This is the difference between an adult like myself talking to a bunch of children. You act like you know everything that's going on in their life and you haven't even seen the video because you're reacting to it. No, actually what you're doing is you're revealing your part in what's going on in that person's life. You're telling on yourself. That's what you're doing. No, I don't have a phobia, Ann. I don't have any phobias. So I don't know what you're talking about. You got to prove that one, honey. My own family will look at you and laugh and see that. Wait a minute, G-Man's a what? That's not true. Maybe in your worldview, in your atheistic worldview, you can say I'm them things. But in the real world, with the rest of us, that's not the case. When you have a phobia, you can't even be in the same room with a person like that. Hint, 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 hint. Morons, man, absolute morons. You guys lack understanding. You guys seriously need to drop that Antichrist spirit that you guys got and get the Holy Spirit. Y'all need to get saved. You see nobody's clicking on that link, right? Don't click the link. Don't come in the room. It says a lot about y'all character. You're telling me that I'm correct about what I'm saying. I'm giving you an opportunity to challenge me on what I'm saying, and you're not taking me up on that challenge. But you know what I'm saying is right. You guys want to be believed without nobody challenging you. That is why you guys flag Trisha Paytas. Or truthfully Trisha, whatever her name was. When a certain somebody went on that YouTube channel, he got embarrassed. And then he sent his clowns and morons over there to troll him. You cannot, listen to me, guys. Some of you got split personalities. On the one hand, you want to be looked upon as being a law-abiding citizen, dignity, and a person that is doing well in the society. And on the other hand, you guys are acting like you need to go take your medication. Your Thorazine, your lithium, your Ritalin. because you're acting like a Looney Tune. So let's go back into this again. Why is it that you reaction people don't like being challenged? You go on your YouTube channel, you guys talk a big game, but you never let us come in. Nor, and then when you do let us in, let's talk about the geek room here for a moment. And we shouldn't call them the geek room. We should call them something else. We should call them the hyperactive room, the sugar room, home of the tatted, what was his name? The tatted Jedi. When he goes out there and he makes his claims about people, and then you finally get to come in there and challenge him on it, and he brings up 90 different topics and give you 10 seconds to answer, which is a fallacy. It's fallacious. You're gish galloping. You don't want the person to be able to answer you. You're trying to convince the people that they're not able to form a coherent argument. That's what you're trying to do. You guys commit all kinds of fallacies. You guys appeal to emotion. You guys equivocate. You guys do a lot of different things. And you think we don't know this? Or did you forget who won the great debate? Because it wasn't you guys, that's for sure. Atheism on YouTube is DEAD, dead. But now that the reaction people are on here, what they want to do now is they want to get on here and they want to be able to speak. They want to be able to preach. They want to be able to propagandize. And they do not want to be challenged because they want you, the atheist, to have blind faith. They're hypocrites. This was supposed to be the reason why they became an atheist to begin with. They became an atheist because there was no evidence. That's not stopping you from believing stuff today without no evidence. Well, I would just believe if I had evidence. That's a lie. You believe a whole lot of things without evidence. Let's look at Shani and Red, for example. You believe all that stuff without no evidence. You see people playing videos in which some of the information is correct, because I can confirm that some of the information that's being said is correct. The majority of what you hear on those YouTube channels is hogwash. And I will crush anybody on the Christian, Hebrew Israelite, or atheist side on that topic, since I know I'm the only person that's been there. That's how I'm going to get them. I'm going to say, how many minutes have you spent with them? Then how do you know any of that information is true? Come on now. I have an advantage that a lot of you don't have. I have pictures. I have videos. I have a lot of stuff that I'm going to talk about in the future when it's time to start really laughing at these reaction people and showing you guys how you wasted your money. You guys just don't know. I got the most dangerous phone on YouTube. Atheists walk by faith and not by sight. Oh, I'm sorry. I kind of got that one wrong. I forgot Christians walk by faith and not by sight. Atheists walk by blind faith and not by sight. The reaction atheists walk by blind faith. They're gullible. They believe everything that people tell them. They do not exercise reason. They don't use logic. They don't even know how to use wisdom. And then they get mad at me when I bring up Psalms 14:1, which is the ultimate insult, that says that the fool has said in his heart that there is no God. They are corrupt and they have done abominable works. And if you are an atheist in a reaction community, or if you're atheist in general, you are a fool. Period. You're a fool for believing based on blind faith that there is no God. For believing that Christians are these terrible people based on blind faith, because what you heard Richard Dawkins say and what you read in the God Delusion. No, my people, what they want us to do is they want us to go to atheist church. They want us to go to the atheist mega churches. And what they want us to do, is to hear what they got to say. And they want us to believe it without questioning. I don't even go to my church and even have that attitude. My pastor says something, is registering through my head and is going through the filter of scripture. First time he says something that's not true, he's going to have to deal with me when the sermon's over. I'm quick to correct you. I don't care if you're a pastor or not. But I'll do it with respect because he's in a position of power. you atheists want people to just believe you because you said so. Lubis is right, ladies and gents. When you hear Lubis sit there and say that G-Man was using when Lubis and GP was on there and they was talking about how I was using reverse psychology, he's right. No proof for it whatsoever, but he's right. Let me teach you atheists how to do something here. It's not hard. It's rather easy. Check this out. When you was in school, you remember that old word that you was taught? It's called opinion. What you're supposed to do when you're talking about this stuff, my class, is you're supposed to say, well, I don't speak for other atheists and I can't speak for nobody else. But based on what I've seen, this is my opinion. You guys don't do that. So whatever you guys say becomes a fact. And then you don't want to be challenged on your facts when you try to say that you know this stuff to be true when you don't. And y'all can take it all the way to the top of y'all lousy community because everyone in that reaction community knows I'm right about this. That's how you guys operate. Now, what are we going to do with a show like this? Because I don't want to spend my whole time beating you guys up. The link is out there. I think I got your attention now. When does this end? That's what I want to know. When does all of this end? I know that a lot of you are sick of this reaction nonsense. Somebody's got to start making some decisions to bring back the conversation and be a man or be a woman and start inviting people to their rooms again so we can get back to the conversation and get away from these losers, because that's what they are. You need to be man enough to say that to yourself and say that to the people too. They're losers. They have no life. They have no purpose. They're just existing, lying to everybody. When are we going to get back to the conversation? That's all I want to know. When does this end? How many thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of videos about Shanny do you need to make? We get it. You don't like the woman. Like I think we all get the message. You don't like Shanny. You don't like Rev. We understand that. Do you have anything else to talk about? That's what I want to know. I agree with you, rebuke and reprove, because the righteous is bold as a lion. You know, as a matter of fact, let me quote the entire scripture. Scripture says that the wicked flee when no one pursueth them. That's the atheist community. The wicked flee when no one pursueth them. That's the Hebrew Israelites. The wicked flee when no one pursueth them. But the righteous, these are the children of God, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. They don't scare none of us because we're going to remain faithful to God even unto death. Ginger, that's a lame excuse that they're using. They're not blocked. They can come in here. What they got to stop doing is using sock accounts that have my real name on it and that have all these other things on it. Those are the things that are blocked. They want to come in. They can come in with their real accounts and not with their sock accounts. So don't even try that with me. God is going to punish. I wish I can cut my camera on and show you guys what I'm looking at. God is going to punish this generation. Yo, rebuke and reprove. You know how some of these schools are giving these children food? You know, give them like the, the carrots and the tomato sauce. Well, a lot of these kids bring that stuff home. You know what the parents are doing? They're leaving that stuff outside and they don't even eat it. The amount of food that wasted in the United States every year is, how you doing? The amount of food that is wasted in this country every year is absolutely disgusting. So you want to know what? When famine comes, people are going to remember all that food they wasted. And that's all they're going to be eating, a memory. They ain't going to have no real food to eat. Stop wasting your food, guys. Eat your food when you get it. You never know when you're actually going to go penniless yourself. So this is what they're going to say about this rebuke and reprove, Paladin and the rest of you guys out there who actually care about this conversation. or care about the talk we're having today. First thing they're going to do is they're going to call this an echo chamber. They're going to lie and claim that they tried to come in here. They didn't try to come in here. That's baloney. The second thing that they're going to try to say, no, I'm not near a dumpster, Ann. Let me show everybody what I'm talking about here real quick. Because like I said, Ann Kennedy is a good example of what I'm talking about. Just capital stupid at the end of the day. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. Because this would be a good opportunity on why I believe that these reaction people just want to believe what they want to believe. Give me this garbage that you guys logic and reason. Y'all can't even spell logic. Y'all can't even define reason. Let me see. Check this out. Do you guys see that? And they have the outside on top of this thing here. Absolutely disgusting. Let me cut my camera off. Absolutely disgusting. Ain't nobody in no dumpster. This is why I don't respect you people. You online reaction atheists. Y'all get on here and brag about how smart you all you want. Now that I'm responding to you guys are getting exposed every single time. Don't be laughing thinking, oh, this is a great topic to talk about. You don't know what I'm going to do when I go live. So tell me something. What was your problem again, Ann Kennedy? And the rest of you with Jesse Duplantis and Benny Hinn and Creflo Dollar? I would love to hear your deconversion story again. I would absolutely love to hear why you lost your faith in God. Would love to hear it. And how no one provided you any evidence. That ain't why you lost your faith in God. You lost your faith in God because you either didn't know him to begin with, or, hold on a minute, guys. Hold on. Y'all going to be hearing some colorful metaphors. Hold on. So they either lost their faith because they didn't know him to begin with, or they lost their faith because they never had faith. I'm sorry. Or they lost their faith because they're just mad at him. That's what happened with Eve. Even admitted when she came back to the faith. Eve said, I was just mad at God. Eve said, I was just mad at God. I was just mad at him. I was just mad at him. A lot of these atheists on here are just mad at God. And they're willing to make stuff up about him and about other people, and they don't care if they don't got no proof. Hypocrites. That's what they are. They're hypocrites. Now let's see who's in the background here. Somebody came in. Okay, so somebody by the name of Mike G came in here. This was like the guy who porn bombed me last time. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to put my banner up first. I'm going to bring you in, Mike G. Be patient. Let me put my banner up here real quick, because I see this one coming a mile away. But I'll give him a chance. You know what I mean? So I'll put that up there. And then I'll bring Mr. G in. How you doing, Mr. G? How you doing, Mike? How you doing, Mike? Do you have a working microphone, Mike? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I need you, sir, to cut your microphone on. Mike, cut your microphone on, Mike. Okay, you got to go, Mike. Sorry, you got to come back when you got a working microphone. Do you have one? So I'm sorry, guys. Mike had to go because Mike didn't have anything. Mike didn't have anything to say. Mike was trying to porn bomb me. That's what happens when we embarrass them. Let's see what Rebecca Reproof had to say. He says, they went out from us, but they were not really of us. For if they had been of us, they would have remained with us. But they went out so that it would be evident that they are all not of us. Now, you see how I didn't trust that atheist? I want you guys to learn a lesson from this. I didn't trust the atheist. I put a banner up. That atheist clearly didn't listen. And you know what he did? He tried to porn bomb me. That's not paranoia. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. So again, German Pioneer and Lubis, they didn't want to be challenged. Miss Parker doesn't want to be challenged. based on the things that she says about people. And then if you do go in her room, you guys know how condescending and sarcastic this woman is. You'll go out there, ask her some questions. She'll change the topic, say, well, you know what? If I was wrong, I won't do it again. And then as soon as you leave, she's cussing you out and doing everything all over again. I know how condescendingly fake that woman is. Geek Room the same way. BGTV the same way. They'll maximize the amount of people that are watching before they attempt to show you what they're really all about at the end of the day. And that's it. That's it. So, Gentleman Pioneer, actually, if you guys actually think about this, for those of you who've been watching me, by the way, hit number one if you've been watching me since Rand Campbell introduced me to the atheist community. If you've been watching me that long, hit number one in the live chat. If you've been watching me that long, where I was introduced to the atheist community by Rand Campbell and the Bible Thumping Weenut, hit number one, because I don't think I got anybody watching me that's been around that long. So nobody hit number one. So nobody's been around that long. So for those of you who don't know, Rand Campbell was the one who introduced me to the atheist community. It was Rand, the Bible Thumping Weenut, Matthew 4:19, and those guys. Long story short, and I mean really, really, really short, because I'm tired of telling this story. Some of them, it wasn't Rand, it wasn't them, but I was introduced to Shanny too. Shanny started defending the atheists, saying that, we got to be loving, we got to be about love, we got to be about love. They're not really all that bad people. And you want to know who Gentleman Pioneer reminds me of? Gentleman Pioneer reminds me of Shanny when Shanny was defending the atheists. See, Gentleman Pioneer don't know nothing about these things because Gentleman Pioneer never saw those videos. He never seen all of the arguments that I had with Shanny over the atheist community. And they were literally, and Shanny was literally saying the same things that GP is saying today. And I'm going to predict the future. If GP doesn't wake up and smell the coffee and stop befriending Satan and acting like Satan ain't dangerous, going out there petting crocodiles without a gun or without a rifle in his hand, going out there being stupid, he's going to end up like Shanny and Rev, with all of YouTube finding out who he is and them dogpiling on him, because that's what they're going to try to do. That's what they're going to, I'm not going to do that, but that's what they're going to try to do. I have other ways of dealing with people. They're going to try to get his information and they're going to try to use it against him because he was too stupid to understand that these people don't care about him. I don't trust anybody who don't have a healthy understanding of who these people are at the end of the day. I don't trust you. Yeah, that means you're delusional and you haven't been through nothing yet. He did. GP don't care about no Jesus Christ. GP don't care about no God. When was the last time, Rebuke and Reprove, you heard GP preach the gospel to somebody? Now, I'm rebuking GP because I care. GP don't care about me because if GP cared about me, GP wouldn't be lying about me on these other YouTube channels. None of my friends do the things that he does. Now, here's the thing now. Here's the thing. Shanny defended the atheist community. The atheist community is trying to kill a woman now. GP's defending the atheist community. Watch what they try to do to him in the future. And not just him, anyone who he cares about too. Like, he is literally not learning nothing about privacy or anything about how these people operate on YouTube at all. He's not learning nothing. People need to follow my example on here. Yeah, they got a little bit of information about me. I learned how to turn that negative into a positive, though. And what they do on here don't bother me no more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these years that they've come on here lying to everybody, telling people, listen to us, believe us. We're good people. We're not that bad. Shut up. Yes, you are that bad. And more. As a matter of fact, you're worse. You're worse than some of these habitual criminals that's out there. That's how bad you are. Because you constantly repeat the same thing over and over and over again. And Kennedy, if you ever want to have a topic, a talk about this, we can talk about it. We can talk about it. The only reason 42 people are watching right now, or 47 people are watching right now, or 2 people are watching this right now, or 3 people are watching this, because a reaction person isn't sniping my show right now. And if they are, then maybe they want to come over here and listen instead of going over there. Who knows? Not that my channels are dead. Every time I go live, they snipe me. So I just accepted it. They're just gonna snipe me every time I go live. Oh well. Jimmy, your channel's dying. That's not true. I'll challenge you on that topic too. Look how my channel does when you're not sniping me. My channel ain't dead. My channel doing just fine. Because if my channel was dead, you wouldn't be trying to watch me all the time. All I know is this. Christians, when you watch the atheist community, when you watch the reaction community's channels, okay? I'm not talking about the atheist voice or the friendly atheist or people like that. No, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about these reaction people. They expect you to believe them in their weird interpretation of what they're listening to and what they're watching because they said so. And let me give you a couple of examples of people who challenged them and what happened. And I don't care if they don't like me bringing their names up. GUV. GUV had one disagreement with something they said and what they did. They turned them into a Lowe's cow. DC Media Girl. One disagreement. They turned into a Lowe's cow. Negs. One disagreement. They turned them into a Lowe's cow. They don't want to be challenged. If you challenge them, the threat is that you're going to become a Lowe's cow. That's not being prominent. That's not being strong and being good in our community. That makes you a weakling. That makes you Benny Hinn. That's what that makes you. That's what that makes you. It makes you Jesse Duplantis. It makes you Joyce Meyer. It makes you one of these prosperity pimps. Because every time somebody challenges one of you, you got to turn them into a Lowe's cow. Wait a minute. Let me see something here. So apparently. Okay, so somebody by the name of Stevie has a loop of Von Helton rubbing his hair back, and he thinks I'm stupid and think that this is a Von Helton. No, that's not Von, and it's not this other dude with glasses. No, sir, I'm not letting you in here. The last time you was in my room, you tried to porn bomb me. So no, that is not Gentleman Pioneer. As a matter of fact, let's do this here. Can I get a screenshot of this? Good. I got a screenshot of who this is. And we'll talk about this some other day or whatever. I have a screenshot of who was in the background. No, that's not Gentleman Pioneer. No, GUV is not a Lowe's cow because if GUV really wanted to, GUV would humiliate these guys if he wanted to. But let me just put this out there. I don't want to bring him up no more because I did kind of promise I wouldn't talk about him no more. Again, ladies and gentlemen, whenever Miss Parker says something, believe it. And don't dare challenge the things that she says. Don't ask for evidence. Don't ask to do any of that. Just believe her because she said it. The end. That's what they want. Maybe we should just give that to them. From now on, you know what I'm going to do when I'm dealing with these people to show them just how much of low-hanging fruit they are at the end of the day? The next time I get into her room or something, I'm just going to nod my head. Yep. And I'm just not going to stop nodding my head. I'm going to say yes to everything that she says. because she said so. Because if I challenge her, she's going to send 500 of her goonies over to me and turn me into a laughing stock or into a low's cow or whatever the heck you guys, terminologies that you guys use today. Good point, G-Man. Good point, G-Man. Notice you never see Benny Hinn or any of the pulpit pimps debating. They run from debate just like the atheists. Same scheme. Yeah, exactly. 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 I would love to see Shanny get an actual fair, get a fair opportunity to defend herself. I mean, I can do it based on, I mean, most of the stuff, like I said, these people say is a bunch of hogwash. That's why I don't act on anything that they say. I'm there. I see what's going on. Oh, the kids are not eating. And then they expect me to get all mad and upset when I'm sitting there watching these kids stuffing their mouths. Like, come on now, stop it. Like, you guys think people are dumb, and a lot of us aren't. Then you guys want to talk about rebuke and reprove. You talk about me. You talk about Veckel behind our backs, but you guys won't dare. You won't dare do a show with the three of us in there at the same time, because you know you're going to get embarrassed if you do it. That's like the All-Stars. Get your behind humiliated. And on your own YouTube channel, because it doesn't have to be on mine. This is where the atheists got it twisted. Invite Christians to your show. Geek Room. Make it 3 of you versus 3 of us. Make it fair. Give everybody fair speaking time. Watch what happens. Miss Parker, I heard you crying over there saying, I want G-Man to come and talk to me. Well, you can talk to me. You can talk to Veckel. You can talk to Rebuke and Reprove. As long as your husband is present, because that man kind of owes me several apologies. Because he lied to me on multiple occasions. And he knows I'm not ignorant of his career. G-Man, I'm putting a cease and desist on you, G-Man. Don't talk about me on your channel, then proceeds to talk about me for the next 80 minutes on his channel. Absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Doesn't even know what he's doing. Me and some people I know in the field were laughing our behinds up when we saw that video. That one was funny. That one was funny. But you know what? I'm starting to believe a lot of you atheists understand and see where I'm coming from. You know that there's 2 sides to every story. You know that these knuckleheads are making stuff up. Why support them? You can watch this. You can watch their stuff. You can even give them money, but you don't got to support their lies. If you know they're making something up and you're not 100% sure what they're saying is true, then why are you supporting them? Because then you implement yourself with them when you support them. I never understood that about you guys. If Shanny comes on my YouTube channel and says, oh, I got proof that so-and-so did this to this person, and then I never see the proof, and I never see any, I'm sorry, I can't back you on that one. Sorry. I don't believe you. And I don't want to be implemented with that. So I'm going to wrap up this video. Again, I got a YouTube troll. Well, we got a GP 316 here in the background. So I'll give that person a chance. How about that? Let me, well, first, let me look at the guests here real quick. Let me get a screenshot of this real quick. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, boy. I need to get a screenshot of this one, because I want people to know I'm trying to be honest about this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a banner up, and then I'm going to cover my entire screen. I think the one I usually use is this one, I think, right? Does that cover my whole screen? No, it does not. Does that one do it? Nope. I need one that covers the whole screen. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. This one will work. All right. Well, I can use solo layout, I think. All right, so let me try to bring this person in here. This is supposed to be GP. What? That's not GP. This is Zena Keller. All right, GP. What's on your mind?
What's going on, man?
You
You
have to
called me
unmute.
out. I'm unmuted.
You're in the room, GP.
You hear me?
GP 316.
You hear
Even
me?
though I know that's not you.
Do you hear me?
What's on your mind? You got to
Do you
unmute.
hear me?
Disrupting my room, right?
No, I'm on. You can hear me.
Just wanted you guys to see that. That is not him.
Could you hear
Because
me?
he would have said something by now. So, GP, you got to go. Sorry. I just want everybody to see that I had him in here. That wasn't the real GP. No, I did put the link out there. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up. I'll try to make another stream where you guys got some balls and got some courage and got some manhood where you guys can actually come in here because y'all do a lot of yappa dapping on your YouTube channels, but you won't do that in my presence. Remember that. I'm calling you out. You guys operate on faith. You don't operate on evidence. You guys believe what these people say because they said it. And that's the bottom line because Miss Parker said so. Later.